I'm Mike Dean, and you're watching Mike's Fish Room.
Day I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing.
Today we're gonna go over day 4, 5, and 6.
What?
We're gonna lump sum them all together so you guys don't have to watch 1-minute videos. Check it out.
Alright, so what we're going to focus on for day 4 is taking all of the wigglers out of their 1-gallon jar, and we're going to move them over to a prepped, ready fry rearing jar. What this fry rearing jar does is takes the 1-gallon jar they're already in and turns it into a complete filtration system. And then all you have to do after that's set up is when you do your water changes, you change the tank water around the glass jar, which in turn brings the new water into the fry rearing jar. And after we get it set up, you'll see how to do that. Now what we're going to use right here is an extra container to hold water. And then I've got a micron coffee filter. And what this is going to be used for, first I'm going to pour some of this excess water out into the bucket. And it allows me to pour the wigglers into the strainer so we can dispose of all of that nasty water. Now you can pour out quite a bit of this water. Just make sure you don't pour out the eggs or the wigglers with it. You want a little bit left in, and then you want to give it a nice little swirl. And we're going to pour it into that coffee filter right now. And double check that jar, make sure you don't have any wigglers still in there. Most likely you will. Get a little bit of that water, pour it back in, swirl it around, and make sure you just get all the rest of those wigglers in that little coffee filter. Quick little peek, but I didn't hold it there long because it's not that great of a picture. You can't really see the detail in it. And now we're going to get some aquarium water, and we're just going to rinse the wigglers from this coffee filter into the fry rearing jar. Now the cool thing about this fry rearing jar is I've already got half of it set up. It's got a lift tube where you'll put your air stone or your air line, and it's got a bottom sponge. And now we're going to finish prepping it. We've already got the wigglers in. We're going to take the top sponge, and to make this easy, if you guys get your hands on one, stick your finger through it and find that pipe. It'll allow you to really feed that sponge into the top without getting it kinked, without getting it folded. You want these sponges in nice and level, no creases, no folds, because when the wigglers become fry, they can get stuck and die. We're going to move this into a bucket so I stop spilling it all over my carpet. And then we're going to get that sponge to where it is just over the top of the glass. Now double check. You see that my inlet tube is not sticking out past the bottom sponge. It's inset just a fraction of a centimeter. What's going to happen is when you submerge this whole can with air driving up the shaft, it's going to pull water through the top sponge, through the water column, down through the bottom sponge, and back up through the blue tube, creating a complete hands-off, hands-free filtration system. That is right. You literally do not have to clean anything in this jar until after your fry have been free swimming for a couple of weeks and you're ready to move them to a grow-out tank. Now the next time you buy a turkey injector, save it when you're done, because the needles come in handy. What I'm going to do is stick this needle through the top of the sponge, and this is going to act as a feeding tube. I then use the syringe that comes with it, and I either fill it up with a fry starter food or the brine shrimp, and I can stick that down, squirt the food in, pull it back out to seal the sponge. That way you never have to actually open the sponge or open the system and expose it. All I'm going to do now is simply place the jar back in the tank. I'm going to unplug the aerator stone and simply throw an air line down that outlet tube. Now when you do place a line in the tube, make sure that the bubbles coming out are not coming out underneath that tube into the filter area. You want to pull that tube back up about a ½ inch to maybe a full inch. And now we've got the tank filled back up. The water's now being pulled through the top sponge, through the water column, through the bottom sponge, and back up through the inlet tube, creating its own filtration system. Now let's check out day 5. Not much going on. They're still kind of stuck in the wiggler stage. But this is the process where you really just get to sit back, check on them for a couple days, and really not do much. The fry are going to feed off of their yolk sac as they develop into free swimmers. So this was really it. Not much to it. Now let's skip to day 6. Today I woke up and we've got some free swimmers. Now the rule of thumb with angelfish fry, once they have become free swimmers for 12 hours, then you will give them their first feeding. But do not start that 12-hour clock until the last fry has started swimming up through the water column.
Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned because the next video is going to go over how we feed these little baby fry. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed, click that button.